Trusting the universe can be difficult in times of trouble, but more often than not, we instinctively know that we have to. Could it be that no matter how overwhelming times can get, we really understand that when we learn to let go, things will end up being resolved? It can sometimes be difficult to trust the universe because we have all been hurt. We have all experienced grief and loss, but it is not because we cannot trust the universe. When you think about it, all the good things end up ending. However, it is in these endings that larger windows are opened. And these large windows bring us new love, new jobs, and success. It is only through ends that new beginnings are granted to us, and it is not a tragedy, it is just the way the world works. And when we learn to accept it, a number of wonderful things happen in our lives that change everything. 1. You feel optimistic about life? When you learn to trust the universe, it becomes easier to accept the things that would once plunge us into a deep depression. Not only do we trust these things, but when can we see the light at the end of the tunnel? 2. We let go of our past. For many of us, throughout our lives, we regret everything that happened to us in our past. We can go on reliving it over and over again, thinking what if. However, when you learn to trust the universe, you finally escape from the past with no intention of going back. 3. You start to embrace life for what it is. Instead of always worrying about the past, the present and the future, when you learn to trust, you can finally live. And the best part of life is the experience that makes it the incredible journey we were born for. 4. You learn to trust others. Although it is impossible to trust everyone, when we have been hurt by people in our life, we can lose our trust in all. But when we learn to trust the universe and understand that life will eventually get better, our hearts will soften again for others. 5. You will understand the importance of needs versus desires. When we trust the universe, we begin to understand that the universe will give us what we need instead of what we want. At first, it can be frustrating, but as we mature, we will learn not only to embrace this aspect of the universe, but also to love it. 6. We learn to emit good vibrations. Trusting the universe means becoming more attentive to what is happening in our lives. In doing so, we can see karma in action. In turn, we can cherish our potential to bring kindness to the world instead of negativity. 7. You adapt to the law of attraction. You can abandon your negative blockages and learn to expect only great things. Of course, this is the law of attraction in action, which means that we manifest the energies that we attract. 8. You take responsibility for your life. Our actions and our choices are everything for which we are responsible. When we are wrong, it is perfectly normal to admit our mistakes so that the universe can move us to a better place. 9. Your anxiety is lifted. What better way to lift your anxieties than learning to trust the universe? Instead of getting lost in worry, anxiety, and depression, when we learn to believe that things will work out, it is as if a massive weight has been lifted from our shoulders. 10. Our lives get easier. When we are constantly fighting against the universe, our lives can become chaos. It is this very chaos that makes our lives depressing, difficult, and full of grief. Instead, learn to embrace your life for what it is. 11. You can do things that make you happy. Do you remember when you were a child and you did the things that you most appreciated only because they made you happy? Being an adult can take a lot of our fun out of life. However, when we trust the universe, we can start to appreciate the things we love the most. 12. We do less but become more. As yet another trait of adulthood, we can often get lost in the reorganization of life. If we don't, we feel lazy, or like we've lost time. But, part of the confidence in the universe is to learn that we don't have to be constantly at work. Instead, we can take breaks and fill in the gaps with really productive activities. In the meantime, the universe will guide us in the right direction.
If you want to uncover what has been encoded in your destiny when you were born, There's a free, personalized numerology report you can grab here.